few years ago, while attending a military show with my son, who has an interest in such things, I actually picked up something for myself. Just ran across it out on a guy's desk and found it interesting, so I purchased it, and I've been learning a little bit more about it, but not a lot of specific information about this particular one, but just the general type. Anyhow, it's a U.S. Marine, I believe, machete from World War II. It's a 1945 True Temper made machete, so True Temper was the brand, and this is basically how it looks. I'll show some close-ups on the table in a minute, but decided to give you a rough overview. So this is an 18-inch True Temper 1945 US machete. Has the green or olive colored plastic handle that they were often found with. Quite a few also had black handles. I think maybe not this particular make, but the other machetes of the time had black handles. Has 3 brass rivets and a braided leather cord, which I believe is probably original. It seems very old and sticky almost to the touch. But anyhow, I found this was kind of interesting. So it's now over 75 years old, which is kind of interesting to think about. Hard to know where this would have been stationed or where it went in its history with the U.S. military during World War II, but it may have been on the other side of the world in the tropical zones where they were frequently used for hacking down thick growing tropical vegetation to make their way through the jungles. Anyhow, just interesting to contemplate those things. The blade is fairly good shape. It's got some surface corrosion rust on it, but otherwise there's no major nicks or chops, cuts out of it, and the handle's intact. Has this little out pocketing on the handle to hold your lower baby finger, give it a bit more tightness. The cord probably was used for hanging from a backpack or a belt if the scabbard wasn't used. The scabbard here holds the machete typically at the soldier's side with this belt loop. This particular scabbard, unfortunately, is a mismatch for this particular machete. There was also a 22-inch machete made then, and this scabbard was for that, I believe, because you can see how much longer it is than the size of this machete. So unfortunately that's a mismatch, but it still is a relevant US, I believe this one, because it says USN on it, was probably a US Navy issued scabbard. It also says MK2, which I believe would be Mark II, so US Navy Mark II scabbard. Heavy canvas duck construction with rivets along the bottom and a thick piece of leather in here to stop prevent the blade from cutting through the scabbard itself and to protect the edge of the blade, I believe. Anyhow, that's just wanted to show that in case anyone out there has an interest in such things. Maybe can tell me a bit more about it that I don't know. I'll just do a few close-ups of the machete now.